and gentlemen on YouTube, welcome back. You've got about a minute and 20 seconds. This is the Hydrofoil Pro Tour 2016. We are logging on for the full-length race footage with Benny Geislinger. Marvin is heading down towards the pin. He's doing some sort of funky stuff. Copy that. Just about a minute and 10 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1, march!
Oh man.
Marvin Thank you. Marvin throws some trash our way because he got some water from the catamaran. So thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody seems to be liking the starboard lineup. Toby is hopping in the water. Watch it, Toby. These guys are coming fast. He's going to go under. Just make sure you know that current. So Toby's going to get an underwater shot. Guy's a madman. Just be careful, Toby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Usual suspects in the front pack. Maxime Nocher. Marvin is giving a threat. Elena Kalinina is right here. Theo Lotus is in his normal. Bridge is a little bit down the line.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All clear, all clear, all clear. Wow, Theo Lotus is so bang on. Johnny Heineken has a tough start, and he jibes around. I don't know what he's up to. He's really having a hard time. He's going to send it out right. Oh, he fouled somebody. Johnny Heineken does a penalty turn on the start, as well, someone else on this North Evo does not do a penalty turn, but Heineken does a penalty turn and then, hooks the bottom mark. And man, Heineken's going to be bummed about that one. So Heineken does a penalty turn right after the start, apparently for a foul that he had in the start procedure. And then he hooks, he does his exoneration on the water, which we congratulate him for. But then he hooks the bottom mark as he tacks out for the right-hand side right after the start. Elena Kalinina is really the first in the top group to tack out to the right-hand side from the left. I might have misspoke about Johnny's intentions there. He's going out to the right-hand side now. But man, not without a certain level of bobble. Bridge tacks. He seems to be crossing in front of, as we see everybody right now, where Parlier tacks just below him. And now everybody bangs over onto port. So a very similar look to what we've seen in races past. Let's see if this oscillating breeze is coming through as we saw before. I haven't seen much, although Elena, now that she's going up there on port tack, looks to be headed. Johnny is definitely headed on port. So he's digging in hard right, and he's heading into the minefield. Man, he's going to be bummed about that one. He probably expected for there to be a dead man on that bottom mark or something, but all week we've been running the same program. In this shallow water, it's really hard to drop a dead man onto the race buoy because it's just so close to their foil if it were to pop up. So ladies and gentlemen, you can see Ollie Bridge really extended on Parlier fast forward. And it seems to me that Parlier even was set back down on his hip. Someone just jumped in the water. It's a beautiful day for swimming. I think everyone's going for a swim during the break. So we see Ollie Bridge approaching that starboard ley line. He goes for his tack, and Parlier tacks simultaneously, clearly behind Bridge. Bridge may have overstood that top mark by a little bit. Looks like Gruber and Mazzella attacked. Also on lay line with Maxime Nocher looking, if everybody's laying, to be rounding 5th, although Maxime seems to be overtaking Mazzella at this point. Mazzella has to pinch to make the top mark. Gruber has to pinch to make the top mark, and Maxime sails over top of them, and bang, Maxime Nocher rounds in 3rd. So it's Nico Parlier, Ollie Bridge, Maxime Nocher. I think that's Florian Gruber on his big Sonic, and Axel Mazzella. Behind him, I think that's Marvin the Marvelous. It's Marv, isn't it?
I think so. Or that's Marvin in the next one.
No, it's Marv on that 6th place kite. And Gruber goes for his jibe early. He feels something on his nose and he wants to check it out. Gruber, again, one of the more strategically adept sailors out here. Ooh, although he seems to have had some trouble in his jibe. Bummer. Well, he was threatening, and now he's reeling. On port jibe, coming into this bottom mark. So last time these guys came into the bottom mark, when they jibed early, they were able to lay, and it seems like Nocher and Mazzella have hung on the longest on starboard, with Bridge and Parlier jibing a little bit early with the lower angle. We're noting that the cameraman in the water has some serious current pulling on him. And this is down course current. I would even call it a little bit right to left. So again, thinking person's sailing, you want to fight the current first, as the long tack would of course be on port. Clearly the long tack is port because of the way this course is set up. There's a little bit, I would say it's just the breeze kind of tends to be left. Of course, first beat strategy, first beat, the natural layout of the first beat is always going to be port tack biased, because everyone is, well, I shouldn't say port tack biased, but there are a lot of people sailing on the left-hand side of the course. Always, naturally off the start, because the starboard tack advantage in terms of rule or part 2 rules is clean and tidy. So here's Nico Parlier coming around the bottom mark with Ollie Bridge trailing right behind. Maxime Nocher in 3rd place. Wow, Jean de Faber rounds in 5th place, coming off, wow, right in front of Gruber and Baumeister. Local Mauritian Jean de Faber, if I can pronounce it correctly today, comes out. And Gruber, who bobbled in his jibe, ended up making big gains on that top 5. And Jean jibed early and was able to make even bigger gains because he had a clean jibe. So Cazaguerres and Martin Turville come around the bottom mark together, those two friends. Wow, that is beautiful. A lot of action at the gate. It's a tight gate rounding with a lot of boats coming in. So right now we've had 5 boats go out for a right-hand turn, and at least 5, if not 6 or 7 boats go around for a left-hand turn. So we do have an even gate. I know my buddies Glennie Taylor and Steve Aulick would be proud of that. Hello, my Melbourne boys. Good to know that you're out there. I assume you're watching. Certainly your kids are, and checking out what we're doing here. What's up, Joel and Max? Hope you guys are enjoying this footage. It's beautiful. Wish you guys were here. Hopefully next time. Wishing you luck at Sail Melbourne this year. Understand there'll be a lot of people down there. I was talking to Maxime Nocher yesterday. He said he's definitely going to Sail Melbourne and then coming to the Perth stop of the Hydrofoil Pro Tour. Cheers, guys, in Melbourne. Wow, so the boats that are heading out to the right-hand side, that is a big down number. So we've had a righty on the course for sure, and it's a strong righty. Boats heading out to the right-hand side are headed. Oh, I haven't seen Johnny. I missed him. There was a big group of people that came through. Jessica asked if Johnny had rounded yet. And there was a big group that came through, and I'm sure he was in that mix. I saw a lot of ozones in it, and I was distracted by the coolness of what Kazig and Martin were doing. Kiting right together, boards together, kites together. Total confidence. I was talking to a couple guys at the Kylery Worlds years ago. It was Chris Sieber and Aaron McIntosh, legendary windsurfers. And Siebes and AMAC were talking about how, you know, the level of trust that you have for the people around you in a situation like this, when you're going 30 knots, full speed, full power, traveling around the world together. The trust that these riders have in each other is massive, and you could see that in the way that Kazig and Martin were rounding the bottom mark together, going 30 knots, both rounding, kites low, kites right next to each other, boards right next to each other, both of them full grin, full speed, full power. I think that's just a really special kind of relationship that these riders are able to experience. Get yourself a foil, get yourself a kite. Come out here and join us. This is a lot of fun. Come to a beautiful place like Mauritius, next to Perth. Next year we have even more stops planned, adding 2 stops to our tour. Stay tuned for big news about tour stops upcoming in 2017. So around the bottom mark is Remy Dele. Most of you saw our interview with Remy yesterday. Guy's just super stoked. He couldn't imagine a better place to be. Remy came here many years ago to Mauritius and said he has to be here. And he bought himself a house. And then a couple years after that, he said, we have to have an event here. And he started making inroads with the MPTA, the Mauritius Tourism Board, with Presqu'île Beach Resort, with the MYA, the Mauritius Yachting Association, and of course with the Club Nautique Point d'Isny. And here we are. Thanks so much to Remy for your contribution. Just awesome. And great to see you out here having fun. So we've got big right breeze on the course, ladies and gentlemen. And coming down to the bottom mark on approach is Nico Parlier in the lead. Can he be stopped? I don't think anyone can get in his way. Right behind him is Ollie Bridge, and Ollie Bridge is really making a threat for a podium position at this event. He rang a couple of 2s yesterday. He had I think an 8 and maybe like a 4. But those 2s, including the 2 he had in the last race, and the 2 that he looks to be able to ring up, that he looks to be aiming at for this race, could start him moving up in those ranks. Wowzer, Nico Parlier. He is handily winning this race. Question from the online crowd was, how much is Parlier actually winning these races by? And, you know, a lot of times he's winning just by a few seconds, but he's coming in comfortably every time. You've seen on the video debriefs and a couple of the highlight reels, the finishes that were close. But in this race, he's finishing by a lot ahead of everybody. And he comes in full speed, full power, just for the cameras. Competitor number 1 dings in a number 1. And here comes Ollie Bridge. Second place. Yeah, so here they come. Maxime Nocher in number 3rd. Team F1. Axel Mazzella in 4th. 5th place will be Florian Gruber. And right behind him, Jean de Faber and Tijuan. Wow, that's a really cool looking finish. a good group of guys and a little bit of a mix-up in that top 5, 6, 7 area finish. Here comes Marvin and Adrian Geislinger pushing on each other. Bavarian Pride.
Yes!
Out. That is a qualifying finish outside, inside.
No, dude.
Wow.
Geislinger got it, huh? Geislinger.
Outside
I
with
think it was
Marvin.
Marvin.
Outside was Marvin, inside was Geislinger.
Look at this. Dude,
Wow.
bad.
Oh my God, I hope his ankle's okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. That was race number 11 here at the Hydrofoil Pro Tour. Guys, be careful of that anchor line. We'll be back in about 30 minutes or so after the break. It'll be about 35, even 40 minutes from now. So let's call it a 1:30 warning. That's going to be about 1:30. Anyway, look for us between 1:20 and 1:30. Going to see how this finish window works. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hydrofoil Pro Tour 2016. Ba-boom.